Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Career Launchers YT channel for law aspirants. This is our reading comprehension series for CLAT 2026 aspirants. As you know, every week we have a small passage, an editorial, mostly current, sometimes past. Today I have chosen an old editorial, one of my favorites. Let me just set up the chat with you and then let me know if you can see me and hear me clearly, and then we can start the session. As always, this is an editorial analysis from a linguistic point of view. That means I am not going to be, well, yes, there will be a little bit of general knowledge that we'll be talking about, but mostly it will be what is the main point, what are the things you can infer from the passage, all questions based on reading comprehension. All right, are you ready to start? Okay. Now, I will show you each slide. I have a timer on. Each slide I'll show you for a minute. This passage is an editorial taken last summer. So I choose editorials which are good for reading comprehension passages. This is one of them, but it discusses an issue which is uh, evergreen. Okay, water scarcity and the problems between states because of that. All right, let's start. Each slide I'll show you for 1 minute. Read and try to summarize the main points as you are reading. Try to tell yourself what are the main points of the slide. The timer is also not working. It doesn't matter. We will. Okay. By the time I started, already happened. Um, when one of you is done reading, let me know. The timing has all gone awry because it took me about, I think, uh, 20 seconds to get my timer going. So I'll show it to you for another 40 seconds and then we move to the next slide. I will summarize the slide for you and then we will look at the questions. All right, is that okay with you? All right. All right, let's now move on to the next slide. Start. Just keep reading whatever you understand. Don't try to remember great details like how many cusecs or the exact dates. Don't try to remember. Process only the main points as you read, right? Udit, I read your option just now. It is okay. It is okay. What is important is the learnings that you take. The competition for CLAT is very tough. It also depends, like a T20 match, it depends on your focus and form on that particular day, right, Udit? So what you need to remember is study hard for 26. Keep your options open. Law is my first thing. If not NLS, then here, then this, then this. Keep a second or third option open so the pressure on you is less. Anyway, I wish you all the best and let us start. All right. Read newspapers every day, read editorials of newspapers so that your current affairs preparation is on. Follow the CLYT channel for CLAT, all the sessions you attend. And if you want any of the paid courses, you can join. But more than that, be consistent in your preparation. All right, Udit? Have faith in yourself and be consistent in your preparation. You will do well. I've had so many students who've not made it 1 year and made it right to the top the next year, right? So it depends. Don't get disheartened. It is nothing to feel bad or terrible or frustrated. Don't get frustrated. There's nothing to feel frustrated. It's a very competitive exam. In half a mark, you lose out, but that's okay. All right. Keep your options open and don't get frustrated. All right. Good. Let's start. So, what is the passage about? Water sharing. So, this water sharing and problems between states in India or anywhere is very common. So, though this editorial is dated, it's an old editorial, the issue is not dated, it's not outdated. So, we shall read about this. Distress is not uncommon to the Kaveri basin. Let me just get my marker ready. Yeah. This year, southwest monsoon plays truant in the catchment area in Kerala and Karnataka. So when rain falls, we think there's a lot of rainfall in Bangalore and Chennai, so there will not be a problem. That's not the point. It should rain in the catchment areas of the rivers for the rivers to really give us water throughout, right? This year, this is we are talking of last year actually, but let's forget all that. Monsoon plays truant. When you bunk school, when you don't go to school, we say he's playing truant. Truant means not being present when you're supposed to be present. So monsoon plays truant. Plays out every year. Tamil Nadu, which has a cumulative combined shortfall of 51,000 million cubic feet in its share of water, has been seeking 24,000 cubic feet per second. Whatever this means, it's asking for more water. All right, during the second half of August. So we're talking of August when Karnataka is supposed to release water to Tamil Nadu. And this year there hasn't been good rainfall. This is last year, August. And but Tamil Nadu farmers are there, their plants are there, their crops are there, they need water. So they are asking, give us 24,000 cubic feet per second. All right. Its representative protested at the meeting of the Kaveri Water Management Authority. So there is, for the sharing of Kaveri water, there's always been a conflict between states. So therefore, they have set up a Kaveri Water Management Committee, and the Tamil Nadu representative protested at the meeting that look, water we are not getting the fixed the quantum of water that has been fixed, that has been changed, and they protested. So what did they do? It went to the Supreme Court, where the authority is expected to present its report on September 1st. We are going to go with this RC only. We're not going to depend on our knowledge of what happened with the Supreme Court decision. You're not going to go. What is this saying? We are going to take that. So it said it went to the Supreme Court, which is expected to present its report. Apart from the release for August, Tamil Nadu urged the court to direct Karnataka to release this much for the month of September as stipulated in the Kaveri Water Dispute Tribunal's final award in 2007. So, what can you infer from here? What is an inference? A fact that you can deduce. That apart from the CWMA, that is the Kaveri Water Management Authority, there also exists a Kaveri Water Disputes Tribunal. This tribunal had fixed the amount of water per month that has to be released to Tamil Nadu. All right. So Tamil Nadu urged the court to direct Karnataka to release the water that was fixed by the tribunal and modified by the court. Kaveri Delta waters. Now, there are farmers in the Kaveri Delta. They need water to save short term standing paddy kurvai crop for over 5.6 lakh acres. The situation on the other side is no matter. So on the Kaveri Delta, farmers need water for their short term standing paddy crop. The situation on the other side is no better. They also, the farmers on the other side also want water, right? There has been water. Rainfall is deficient everywhere. So Karnataka, in its affidavit, has informed the court that look, the catchments of two reservoirs have deficit rainfall. Now, when less rainfall is there, the catchment areas get less rainfall, then there will be less water in the dam. So, where is it going to release water when there is no water that is there in the dam at all? The CWMA has assessed the deficit inflow to Karnataka's four reservoirs. Sorry, I should use the word reservoir in the basin to be about 51%. So there has been a 51% deficit in inflow. Half water hasn't come. Its stand is that Tamil Nadu has failed to understand that 2023 is not a normal water year. The reason I gave this passage is the use of these terms. A normal water year is the year when there's usual rainfall, the reservoirs get full with the rainwater, with the southwest monsoon water. Distress water year is when there is deficit rainfall, when there is not enough water in the reservoir because rain hasn't fallen in the catchment areas. Now, what is the situation? Both the states are in trouble because of the rain gods. The plight of both states reinforces the need for a distress sharing formula. Yes, you have a normal water sharing formula, but you need a distress sharing formula because this is not normal times. When I don't have water, what water will I give you? All right. The plight of both states reinforces the need for a distress sharing formula, the one that is favored by both as a matter of principle. It should not be dictated by one party. Both sides of the state, both sides of the border, it is people. Both sides, it is farmers who need water and they need water for their paddy, they need water for their crops. So nobody wants water just to spurge here and there. So what do we need in a normal year? Yes, you have this much water, you this much water, that's what the tribunal had decided. What if it's a year when there's not enough rainfall? Then those formulae will not work. You can't say somebody has, you promised me this much, you have to give me this much. When there's not that much water, where who will give? So therefore there should be a distress sharing formula that is favored by both. So both Tamil Nadu and Karnataka have to agree. All right. The tribunal, in its final award, had advocated the concept of proportionate reduction in allocated share, which was reiterated by the court in its 2018 judgment. So, the Kaveri Water Sharing Tribunal said how much water deficit is there due to rainfall. Similarly, in the same proportion, there has to be a proportionate reduction in the allocated shares of water to be given. But in practice, this cannot be implemented. Its implementation is hurdle ridden. What is the meaning of hurdle? Hurdle means obstacle. Correct? So this, it's easy to say that you give this much water in a normal year, in a deficit year, the formula should be reduced. It's difficult. This implementation is full of obstacles. Why? Earlier this month, the CWRC's recommendation of 15,000 cusecs was reduced to 10,000. Even though the authority says it accounts for the ground realities and relevant data, it should not create the perception that its decisions are shaped otherwise. The problem is this: the Kaveri Water Sharing Authority, which is there, it decided how much water should be given to Tamil Nadu by Karnataka, how much water should be released. But the biggest problem is, and the it says that ground realities were taken into account, relevant data was taken into account in coming to this number. But there is a perception. The perception is that the decision of this tribunal, the decision of this water body, is not fair. It's not shaped by ground realities, it's not shaped by relevant data. Despite uncertainty about the remainder of the monsoon and the rainfall pattern of the northeast monsoon, northeast what is the winter monsoon, October to December, what should not be glossed over is Karnataka's move to comply with the CMA's directive to release this much water till September 12th. Why? The quantum is insufficient for the lower riparian state. What is riparian? River based. But the least of the two states can do is ensure that Kaveri does not become a cause for disharmony. Kaveri is a source of conflict between the two states. They should ensure that this doesn't happen. That's what the author is saying. Let's see what questions. Quickly answer, I'll give you a minute per question. Which of the following captures the main argument of the author? Very often, this is the most frequently asked question. What is the main theme or the main argument of the passage? Right? That's the question that is asked. So, what is the main theme or the argument of the passage? The lack of rainfall in Karnataka has resulted in a situation where both states need a common solution to prevent disharmony. Is this correct? The deficit of water in the reservoirs of both Karnataka and Tamil Nadu has resulted in a distress water year for both states. The deficit rainfall and the subsequent scarcity of water is likely to exacerbate. Exacerbate means worsen a tension between the two neighboring states, or the recurring issue of deficit rainfall and water scarcity needs a sustainable distress sharing solution for the mutual benefit of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Which is the right option? A, B, C, or D? Quickly give me your answer in a minute. Is the main point that the lack of rainfall in Karnataka has resulted in a situation where both states need a common solution to prevent disharmony. This does not tell you there was no rainfall in the catchment areas in both the states, but the reservoirs and the water sharing made it a distress year. So that it doesn't cover all the main points. The deficit of water in reservoirs in Karnataka he's talking about. He hasn't talked about deficit of reservoirs in Tamil Nadu. The lack of rainfall and deficit of water has caused a distress year for Karnataka, not for both states. Well, it is a distress year for Tamil Nadu if it doesn't get water, but he has talked of distress year in terms of lack of water in the catchment areas, because of which the reservoirs in Karnataka are not full. Therefore, this is not correct. The deficit rainfall and the subsequent scarcity of water is likely to increase tensions between the two neighboring states. Hasn't named which two states, but more than that, that's not the main point. What's the main point? That this deficit rainfall and water scarcity is recurring. It's every year it's starting. So we need a distress sharing solution. Therefore, the correct answer is D. Okay, the very first statement the author says distress is not uncommon to the Kaveri basin. What does he mean by that? The Kaveri basin is distressful and it is more often than not dry and parched. The lack of rainfall is a perennial feature of the Kaveri basin. The Kaveri basin often does not get enough southwest monsoon rainfall, or the Kaveri basin is the source of distress for both Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Let's start with one. What does this mean? The Kaveri basin is distressful. No. The lack of rainfall is a perennial feature in the Kaveri basin. Perennial means permanent. No. The Kaveri basin often does not get enough rainfall. So therefore there is a problem. It's not just a source of distress. When there is enough rainfall, it can be a source of joy as well. So C is the correct answer. Question 3. What can you infer from the passage? That means which of these options is definitely true. All right, read and give me the answers. Let me see. The Supreme Court is likely to rule in favor if Tamil Nadu on the quantum of water released. No, how can we say that for sure? Just remember, this was when the passage was relevant at that time. Supreme Court decision was expected the next month. The CWMA found Tamil Nadu guilty of asking water in excess of its needs, but absolutely irrelevant. Tamil Nadu needs more water in September for its short term standing paddy. Yes, this has been given in the passage. The remainder of the monsoon and the rainfall pattern is expected to wipe off. Nobody knows anything about the remainder of the rainfall and the northeast monsoon pattern. Right? That's just a prediction. So, C is the correct answer. All right. Question 4. Are you answering the question, Pratik? Answer the passage. What can be inferred about the author's view on Karnataka's move to comply with CWMA's directive? Now, what did he say? What can be inferred about author's views on Karnataka's move to comply with CWMA's directive? What did he say here? Um, what should not be glossed over, what should not be overlooked is Karnataka's move. That is a big thing, right? He says, do not overlook this fact. So, what do you think the author is saying about Karnataka? Its move must be applauded. All right. No, actually, its move must not must be applauded and hailed. That's extreme. Tamil Nadu is not giving credit. No, he says, do not do not gloss over it. Means it's do not overlook it. So D is the correct answer. Okay. Next one. What play truant when you don't go to school, we say you're playing truant. Playing truant is what people do. So when somebody says that the rain is playing truant, what does it mean? Play truant means remain absent without permission. What figure of speech? Figure of speech is an imagery. Okay, it can be called a personification, but A or B both very close, but you can imagine the rain playing hide and seek. Therefore, A is a better answer than B. All right. Okay. All right. Any questions on the passage? Any questions regarding the reading comprehension today? And no, 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 no. Dummy school, all that I do not know. I always believe in regular school only. All right. But that is not relevant to the passage. This session is supposed to increase your reading comprehension. So ask me questions related to the passage, to CLAT, vocabulary based questions. All right. I will see you again next Monday at 8 p.m. Until then, I want to take CLAT 2026. I read daily newspapers, editorials, and section tests. Of course, if you have to first take the test, and it depends on your score in the test, which college you get. But if you are reading newspapers, if you're reading editorials, if you're taking tests, and you consistently keep preparing like this, your chances are very good for getting into any good school. All right. So I'll meet you again next Monday at the same time, 8 p.m. Thank you for joining. If you like the session, please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to our channel so you get all notifications about our courses, our YT sessions, everything. All right? Okay. I will see you. Bye bye.